What's up, guys? Sportscaster48 here. We are live with this MLB Trade Deadline update live stream here. Not an update, but, like, my opinion on everything that just happened, basically, with the trade deadline. It was just a crazy trade deadline being, and I'm sorry with the annoying sound in the background, like, that's, like, annoying stuff. And we're outside, guys, because it's the summer. It's the summer, guys. I don't care. We're outside. Sorry for the annoying background noises again. I'm really apologize for that. But welcome to the live stream. You guys can come and chat and talk about the trade deadline with me. The MLB trade deadline. Amazing trade deadline. It was good. But I mean, the Mets didn't do much. Obviously, we traded Duda, which I thought was pretty good. I mean, we got a good relief pitcher for Duda, so I was pretty happy with that. But, like, basically, I'm trying to talk loud because this thing is annoying. But basically, what the Mets did was, we just basically traded Duda, and that we basically traded Addison Reed for prospects. It was all relief pitchers. Pretty much everything we got was relief pitchers. We got Duda for relief pitchers and Addison Reed for minor league prospects. Basically, that's all we did. But we're going to talk about other trades because my opinion on the Mets wasn't really so great. I mean, the Mets are about to call up Ahmed Rosario, so I'm pretty happy about that. But, like, number one prospect in the United States, so he is named very high right now. So, basically, let's get into a couple of the trades, in my opinion, on some of those trades right now. And I will get into some of those trades right now. Basically, the headline trade we're going to talk about right now, first off, the most recent one, happened exactly an hour ago. The Dodgers have acquired starting pitcher Yu Darvish from the Texas Rangers. A big trade happened there. Basically, an hour ago it happened. The trade was agreed to. Pacific time, it was about... It was about 12 o'clock Pacific time, 3:14 Eastern time, and pretty much the Dodgers and Rangers agreed with a trade to pull off Yu Darvish. Basically, the Dodgers, I mean, it wasn't clear whether Darvish was going to be available anyway, because the Rangers already said, maybe we won't trade Darvish because not the teams that are offering us, which were the Yankees and the Dodgers, basically were offering for Yu Darvish. But basically what the Rangers wanted for Yu Darvish was not what the Yankees were looking for. The Rangers wanted Clint Frazier right there. They wanted Clint Frazier. They wanted somebody better than Yu Darvish. I mean, they wanted Clint Frazier, though. That was definitely a thing for them. They wanted two big prospects from the Yankees. It was Clint Frazier and I think George Mateo. And that's basically what the Yankees said. They said, no, we're not doing that. We're definitely not trading our top prospects. But Frazier's not really a prospect anymore, but, he's a rookie, so they're not going to trade the rookie, and I understand. But pretty much the Dodgers were able to pull it off because the Yankees were already out. The Yankees were already optioning to Sonny Gray. They were miles away from that already. Basically, that's what happened. I mean, Yu Darvish got traded, and it was a good deal. I mean, I don't know what the Dodgers got yet because they're not naming it so far, but it seems like the Dodgers have traded a right-handed... I'm reading off of, like, another device here. This is, like, another device. The Dodgers have acquired Yu Darvish for righty A.J. Alexy and infielder Brendan Davis. So that's pretty much the prospects that the Rangers acquired from the Dodgers. So that trade was pulled off, which is pretty good. I mean, being that the Dodgers were wanting him, I mean, that was amazing. I mean, I was pretty surprised with how that turned out. I didn't really think that the Rangers were even going to give up Yu Darvish at all in the trade deadline. I thought they were going to completely be out with that. and be done with it. I thought it was over. Next trade we're going to look at, the Nationals acquire Brendan Kinsler from the Twins, which that wasn't too long ago either. The Nationals traded Tyler Watson for him, and they got Brendan Kinsler for Tyler Watson. Pretty much that's basically what happened, and it was a pretty good trade. But, you know, typically when you're a Mets fan like me, you don't want this stuff to happen. The Nationals already have a bullpen. They got Sean Doolittle in the bullpen, and I think they got even a better pitcher than him in the bullpen as well. They have so many good pitchers in that bullpen that they don't need big pitchers like this, but they got them. Now they got a really good bullpen. Now they're on their way to winning the division. They already got it. I mean, it's over now. Now they're going to win a division. Ryan Madsen, and so it was Ryan Madsen. Ryan Madsen's the other pitcher on the Nationals who has been pretty good so far. They're saying that Kinsler isn't typical. He's not a typical closer, so he's not really looking to be a closer for the Nationals. They more are focused on Doolittle being the closer, but which is fine with me. It's fine. It's not fine with me because I'm not a Nationals fan. But you know, it happens like that. But you know, they got Kinsler. Not Kinsler, Kitzler, whatever his name is, from the Twins. They didn't give up too much for him, so it wasn't a bad trade for them because they didn't give up too much for him anyway. So that's 2 trades so far we went over. But this one's a little off topic. This is not a trade, but Astros just placed Lance McCullers on a 10-day DL. That's pretty not so good for the Astros because now you got, I mean, he's back discomfort, you know. Come on. I mean, these guys are punks compared to football players and hockey players. I know you guys out there who love football and other sports, but compared to those sports, these guys are a lot of punks. Back discomfort is not a way for you to be on the injury list. And a disabled list, a 10-day disabled list. That's more than a week you're going to be out now because of back discomfort. Come on, Lance McCullers. Yeah, I knew you're better than that. Come on. Next, we're going to go to Pirates acquire Joaquin Benoit from the Phillies. They traded him to they traded for him from the Phillies, and they gave up Seth McGarry, a relief pitching prospect. So, I mean, he's probably good. He's probably a good prospect, obviously, because Joaquin Benoit is a good pitcher. You wouldn't want to give him up for nothing. I mean, obviously not. So, my overview of that trade, it was pretty good on both teams. It's just like the Duda trade. Let's make that an example. The Duda trade was pretty good for both teams. In the future, the Mets are going to be good with that relief pitcher that they got from the Rays. So it was pretty good for both teams. And Duda's doing well right now for the Rays anyway. Yeah. See, McGarry is 23 years old, so that's not really that old for baseball. So he's going to be pretty good with them. Tony Watson's pretty much going to be replaced by Benoit now because Tony Watson was traded for the Nationals, obviously. Let's get into another one right now. Orioles acquire Tim Beckham. Tim Beckham from the Rays. The Rays were obviously going to give up something else. I mean, they already got Duda. They got Sergio Romo. They got a couple trades going on there. They got a few guys out there, but they were obviously going to go for one more trade and give up somebody in the process. They can't just keep everybody. So they gave up Tim Beckham for a prospect. Tobias Myers. Tim Beckham's only 27, so Orioles got a pretty good shortstop right there. If they were looking for a short, I don't know. J.J. Hardy? Is J.J. Hardy doing well for them? I don't know. I can't guarantee he is. I mean, he's not good quality right now. I don't think I'm seeing J.J. Hardy doing very well within the next couple weeks in the season. I don't really think he's going to do well. So I think the Orioles made a good trade here, and they got a good shortstop to replace him. I mean, he hasn't been doing well. I mean, it's obviously worth it for the Orioles, but the pattern that I'm seeing with a lot of these trades is that they're minor league prospects for major league players. It's sort of helping both the teams, as you're seeing right now. I mean, both the teams are being helped right now because you got a minor league player who's probably going to be good in the future, and you're trading up your really good player that's good right now. So it's probably going to help both teams eventually within the couple years and the span of time until that person that they got comes up to the majors. Another trade the Dodgers made, they acquired Tony Cingrani from the Cincinnati Reds for Scott Van Slyke, and it was, I mean, that's the real big trade right there. That's the guy that they really traded that would really help the trade, Scott Van Slyke, because you weren't just going to go with Tony Cingrani for nothing. You want to get Scott Van Slyke or somebody better than, you don't want to get nothing for him. Obviously, somebody that's going to be in the majors now. Scott Van Slyke is pretty young, so, you want that. Tony Watson, I wasn't aware of this, guys. I wasn't aware of this. Tony Watson was traded to the Dodgers. I didn't know that. See, I didn't know this. He was traded to the Dodgers, guys. The Dodgers. Cingrani and Tony Watson would now be part of the Dodgers in their pitching right now. So, I don't know about you, but I'm seeming like the Dodgers want the more pitching, and they're going for a World Series this year. I think the Dodgers are pretty much going for it now. I would assume, because now that's two trades they got for pitching, which they needed a little pitching in their bullpen and their starting rotation. So they made a couple trades, got you Darvish, Cingrani, Tony Watson, pulled off a few good deals for these pitchers. I mean they're going to be great, the Dodgers. I mean, I tip my cap to them. I mean, they look amazing. They're going to be amazing now. I mean, how many trades did they just pull off? I mean, they pulled off trades like where they trade relief pitchers and they get really good prospects. Like Sergio Romo. That was a good trade. I mean, they got pretty good players, I'd imagine, in a couple years. They're going to be pretty good. So, it's really good. I mean, I'm really happy for them. Because, as myself, I used to really hate the Dodgers. And I still hate them a little bit. Because they get to me sometimes when they make the playoffs. But when you watch them against the Nationals, you always want the Dodgers to beat the Nationals because it's just a thing. You want them to beat them, especially when the Nationals are in your division. Alright, so we know the Padres were going to trade Brad Hand. They did not. The lefty was not wanting to be traded. I mean, it was known. They made the announcement about an hour ago that they were not going to trade him because they didn't want to do it. Obviously, Brad Hand was not a good player to be traded. Obviously, they need bullpen. Then we're going to just give up their bullpen pitcher. I know he was good, but you didn't want to give him up. And no teams were really offering at him, so, I mean, you don't really need Brad Hand to be traded if no teams are offering on him anyway. Big trade that happened so far for Yankee fans. The Yankees acquired Sonny Gray from the Oakland Athletics all but 2 hours ago for 3 prospects: Dustin Fowler, George Mateo, and James Caprillion, who had Tommy John surgery. So you got 3 prospects coming your way, Athletics. They're going to be good in a couple years. Do I think this trade was good for the Yankees? No. Do I think this trade was good for the Athletics? Yes, I do, because the Athletics are going to have very good prospects. They're going to have Dustin Fowler, they're going to have George Mateo, and now they're going to have James Caprillion, who just got Tommy John surgery, so he doesn't need it again. He's going to be really good, and the rest of the guys that they got are going to be great prospects. These are prospects that the Yankees got last year in the trade deadline. Now they have more prospects, so they're going to be better. I mean, they already brought up Clint Frazier, So now they got enough already. George Mateo, however, I don't think they should have given up, because he was gonna be your next second baseman / shortstop. If Didi Gregorius goes, you're gonna bring him up, and if Starlin Castro goes, you're gonna bring him up. That's basically what they were thinking. I mean, nowhere in my mind did I think the Yankees were gonna give this guy up for Sonny Gray. I mean, Sonny Gray is getting old, guys. You can't just give him up. I mean, come on. Sonny Gray's getting old. You can't just give up your prospects for a guy that's like about to turn like 40. I don't even know, but I'd imagine he's getting up there. I don't think he's that young, guys. I really don't. I think he's about, I would say 28, 29. I don't think he's that old at all. No, I don't think he's that young at all, because I really just think that it's ridiculous. But the Athletics wanted Gleyber Torres and Clint Frazier and maybe Chance Adams for him, but there's no way the Yankees were going to do that. They're not stupid. They're not stupid enough to trade those guys for Gray. I mean, Gray's, he's got to be at least 29, 28 years old. You're not going to give up your guys for him. There's no way in my mind that the Yankees were going to give him up. And the Yankees already have a good bullpen, so they're pretty much set. I mean, they're gonna make it. They're definitely winning the division. You already know that, so it's already happening. We know that's gonna happen. Joe Smith got acquired by the Indians from the Blue Jays. Not really such a big deal, but I mean, the Royals were discussing a deal with J.A. Happ and Marco Estrada, but didn't succeed at all. Jumbo Diaz got signed to the Astros to a minor league deal, so that wasn't really a big deal. But Brewers got Jeremy Jeffress, which was a good deal for them, because Jeremy Jeffress is a good pitcher, and the Milwaukee Brewers are about to win their division. Well, they're not about to. The Cubs are in first place, but you want to win. That's exactly why I think the Brewers made that trade, is because they wanted to win. That's basically what they did with him. And the Cubs got Alex Avila and Justin Wilson as well. I'm just trying to think of the trades right now off my head. That's the only one I could really think of that I remember. That's the last one I really could think of, except for the Jamie Garcia with the Yankees. But you know, like, the Cubs got Alex Avila and Justin Wilson, and they had to give up. I don't remember who they got to give up. I gotta look at this real quick. Who did they give up? They gave up John Hicks and Joe Jimenez for him. Were two prospects to fill the roster openings for the Detroit Tigers, I would imagine. Rockies acquired Jonathan Lucroy, which I do remember. I do remember that. The Rockies did acquire Jonathan Lucroy. I remember that. Jonathan Lucroy was acquired by the Rockies today. Not today. It was yesterday. Yeah, it was yesterday. It was yesterday. The Rockies got Jonathan Lucroy, which was great for the Rockies, because now they're a step up to at least making that wild card spot. Now because you know the Dodgers are winning the division. We know the division's over, right? The Dodgers are winning it. But now we know at least that the Rockies have a chance. They have a shot. I mean, they're probably going to win it. They're probably going to win the wild card and probably face their rivals Dodgers and lose. Trying to think of other ones as well. Let me think for a second, guys. Oh, Royals got Melky Cabrera. I remember that. He returns there. The Leaf, I don't know. That's part of being in the outdoors. But they got him. Pretty good for them. Plus, they need more, so they need more outfield. They can't just let their outfield go. So, need more outfield. Just gonna look here. Yeah, and also, I already mentioned this before, Yankees got Jamie Garcia as well. This is the second time Jamie Garcia was traded, actually. He got traded to the Twins, and then the Twins wanted to make a deal with the Yankees for a couple of prospects, Zach Liddell and Diedrich Enns, from the Yankees. So they wanted to get those two prospects from the Yankees. They figured out a deal with them, and they got the trade. They made it go through, and it worked out for them. So, sorry if I'm talking really fast, but like I'm trying to get to these things real fast and just tell you guys real quick what happened with the trade deadline. Or the Astros were interested in Lance Lynn, but they didn't make the trade. The Brewers were interested in Dan Australia. And these are a couple trades that were actually going to happen, but they didn't. Yeah. Jeremy Hellickson got traded as well to the Orioles. That trade was made a long time ago, though. That was made probably, that was days ago that happened. They got him. They got the Hellickson trade to go through. They wanted that from a long time ago. I remember that. But that's really it. The Nationals, the Mets got A.J. Ramos, remember that. But they also traded Addison Reed. They traded Addison Reed for 3 prospects, as I went over before. And the Mets got A.J. Ramos. I think the Mets are pretty much planning for the years to come. I don't think they want to win. I think they know they're done this year, and I think the Mets know that we're finished. We're not making the playoffs. We know we're going to lose the division. We're not making anything. But that's really what the Mets are. That's their attitude right now, towards years ahead. Not thinking about this year. Not thinking about next year. No, thinking about next year too, because we might have a chance at the World Series next year. Because come on, we got the first baseman to prove it. We got the number 1 prospect in the United States, Amed Rosario. It's flowing for the Mets. I know a lot of Yankee fans are gonna give me grief for this, but I'm saying the Mets are gonna do it. I'm telling you. They're going to do it next year. I believe in them. I'm a Mets fan. I believe in them. And I think they're gonna pull it off in the offseason. They're going to make a couple trades. They're going to sign a couple guys. Get Addison Reed back. And they're going to re-sign him, just like the Yankees did with Chapman. They're going to do what they want. And that's really it. The Mets are going to do it. We know the Nationals are going to win the division this year. They just got Howie Kendrick as well, the Nationals. But you got to believe in your team. You gotta believe, guys. You gotta believe in the Mets. You gotta believe in your team as well. So, every fan of every MLB team has to believe in their team at least once. Come on. You gotta believe in your team, guys. Your team could do it. My team could do it. Your team could do it. We know. Also, Steve Kashek was traded to the Rays for Erasmo Ramirez. That was not really a big trade, but the Nationals got Neil Ramirez too, that the Mets just released. Justin Verlander was not traded during the trade deadline, which was very shocking to me. But he wasn't traded at all. I get it. The Tigers know that you trade Justin Verlander, you got to get something good, and they weren't getting very good offers. So, sorry if the quality's not too good. I'm outside again. I know I'm outside, so quality might not be great. And that's pretty much it for trades right now. I wanted to just go over a lot of trades that happened in the trade deadline. A lot of big noticeable trades that happened. But now we're going to get into the at-bat. And I'm going into MLB at-bat. I'm going to just check out a couple of scores right now. See what's going on. The Mets do play the Rockies tonight. 8:40 p.m. Eastern Time. 5:40 p.m. Pacific. So we got a good reputation. So I think we're gonna do it. I think we're gonna beat the Rockies. We're gonna beat the Rockies. I'm telling you. Somehow, some way, the Mets are gonna do it. They got the new shortstop coming out tonight. He's gonna make his debut in Colorado. He's gonna do it, and we're gonna beat the Rockies tonight. That's basically what I think. Yankees play the Tigers 7:05 p.m. Eastern Time, 4 p.m. Pacific. I'm sorry. Pacific is throwing me off. Alright, and it'll be Michael Fulmer against Severino tonight. Michael Fulmer, 10-8 with a 3.35 ERA. And Severino with a 7-4 record, 3.03 ERA for Severino. Royals will play the Orioles tonight. Ubaldo Jimenez will get the start for the Orioles. He's 4-7, and he's got a 6.93 ERA tonight. Danny Duffy will get the start for the Royals. He has a 76 record and a 3.56 ERA. So they're ready for that matchup tonight. Danny Duffy, Ubaldo Jimenez. There was a matchup, I think it was yesterday. It was really good. I liked the pitching matchup yesterday, but I can't remember what game it was. I can't remember right now. The Red Sox will be hosting the Indians tonight. Doug Fister on the mound for the Red Sox. Not been so good for the Red Sox. He's 0-5 with a 7.46 ERA. Mike Clevenger will get the start for the Cleveland Indians. He's got a 5-3 record, and he's got a 3.20 ERA. So that'll be in Fenway Park tonight. The Washington Nationals will be going to Miami to play the Marlins tonight. It'll be at 7:10 p.m. Eastern Time and 4:10 p.m. Pacific. So, Gio Gonzalez will be on the mound for the Nationals with an 8-5 record, 2.81 ERA. And Jose Urena will be on the mound for the Marlins with a 9-4 record and a 4.04 ERA. He's having a decent year. The Rangers will host the Mariners tonight at 8:05 p.m. Eastern Time in Globe Life Park in Arlington, Texas. And it'll be 5:05 p.m. Pacific. So, Felix Hernandez, King Felix, will get the start here for the Seattle Mariners tonight. And he's 5-4 with a 4.08 ERA. Not the greatest, but he's getting there. Cole Hamels will get the start for the Texas Rangers tonight. He's 5-1 with a 3.97 ERA. So, the Rays will play the Astros in Minute Maid Park in Houston, Texas, 8:10 p.m. Eastern Time, 5:10 p.m. Pacific. It'll be Alex Cobb going against Charlie Morton. Charlie Morton with an 8-4 record, 3.83 ERA, and Alex Cobb with a 9-6 record with a 3.46 ERA. So that's a pretty good game ready. I mean that's gonna be a good game. And of course the Blue Jays playing the White Sox in Guaranteed Rate Field in Chicago, Illinois tonight, 8:10 p.m. Eastern Time, 5:10 p.m. Pacific. James Shields against Marco Estrada, who was supposed to be traded to the Royals. Guys. And he's now pitching for the Blue Jays still. He's still on the Blue Jays. They had a deal going with them, and they just didn't do it. No deal happened there, but Marco Estrada is 4-7 with a 5.43 ERA, and I think that's why the Royals backed out on the deal, because of that. I mean, he wasn't doing so great. So, James Shields, who has a terrible year so far, 2-3 with a 5.86 ERA, not doing so well for James Shields. Giants will be playing the Athletics tonight in the Oakland Coliseum in Oakland, California, 10:05 p.m. Eastern Time, and it'll be probably 7 p.m. Pacific Time. Matt Cain will go against a to-be-announced pitcher. We don't know the pitcher yet, but it'll be Cain, who with a 3.39 record and a 5.45 ERA, against a non-announced pitcher yet. So we don't know the pitcher yet so far. So the Phillies played the Braves today, and the Phillies beat the Braves 6-7. Pivetta got the win. He's 4-6 with a 5.42 ERA, and Fultnewitz, I don't know how to pronounce his name, but I know him. He's 9-6 with a 4.08 ERA. He got the loss out there. Neris got to save his 10th of the year, and the Phillies beat the Braves 6-7 out there in Citizens Bank Park in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. That's pretty much it, guys, for that kind of stuff. But we can go over scores from yesterday. If you want, we can go over scores from yesterday, or I could just get into some more trade rumors or something like that for baseball. And there is a little trade deadline recap here. We're going to go into a recap here with the AL East. AL East made a lot of trades in the trade deadline, and we all know that. Being the Rays getting Duda, the Yankees getting Sonny Gray, and a couple other guys. We know that this division was the most active during this trade deadline. I'm just gonna go over a lot of their trades that they made, and I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go over a bunch of their trades that they made. So here we go. For the Yankees acquired righty Sonny Gray and international spending rights from the Athletics for prospects Dustin Fowler, George Mateo, and James Kaprielian. They acquired international spending rights from the Orioles for righty Jeffrey Ramirez, and acquired Jamie Garcia from the Twins for pitching prospects Zach Little and Dietrich Inns. The Rays acquired first baseman Lucas Duda from the Mets for prospect Drew Smith. They acquired Steve Kashek from the Mariners for righty Erasmo Ramirez. They acquired Dan Jennings from the White Sox for Casey Gillespie. They acquired pitching prospect Tobias Myers from the Orioles for infielder Tim Beckham. And they lost Diego Moreno to waivers from the Indians. That's the Rays and that's the Yankees so far. Not so far, but that's what they did in the trade deadline pretty much. They've been doing all week, and that's pretty much what they've done so far. The Red Sox, by the way, have acquired Addison Reed from the Mets for pitching prospects Jerson Bautista, Jamie Callahan, and Steve Nogosek. They acquired cash considerations from the Dodgers for minor league lefty Luis Gisela. The Red Sox, this division just made so many moves. It was just ridiculous, man. And again, I apologize for the sound in the background. I know it's annoying. The Blue Jays, by the way, have acquired outfielders Nori Aoki and Teoscar Hernandez from the Astros for lefty Francisco Liriano. That was a big trade. I mean, Nori Aoki was doing somewhat good for the Astros, so, I mean, we could accept that. I mean, that he got traded. Sorry about that. They acquired prospects Thomas Pannone and Samuel Taylor for righty Joe Smith as well. So that's another trade that they made. And the Blue Jays got pretty good trades as well. I mean, they weren't the best, but they were pretty good. The Orioles. The Orioles made trades with the Rays for Tim Beckham, for Tobias Myers, a pitching prospect. I mean, he's probably not ranked. He's not ranked that high in the pitching prospects, so I wouldn't get too excited. Rays fans, I said that before. I mean, I said before that he was probably going to be good in a couple of years, but probably not good yet. The Orioles also acquired Jeremy Hellickson from the Phillies for outfielder Hoon-Soo Kim and minor league pitcher Garrett Cleavinger and international spending rights. Acquired righty Jeffrey Ramirez from the Yankees for international spending rights. Pretty much that's all they had to give up for that guy. And the top story, guys, for the New York Mets. The Mets promoted Ahmed Rosario. And the Mets will promote top prospect Ahmed Rosario for tonight's game against the Rockies. General Manager told reporters this afternoon that he'll play shortstop at Coors Field in his Major League debut. Tyler Kepner of the New York Times tweets that the GM said first base prospect Dominic Smith is not far behind. So that gives you pretty good news right there. Not far behind? Dominic Smith could be coming up, guys. Could be coming up from the minor leagues. And I cannot believe it because I want the Mets to do well always. This is what I want. I want our prospects to come up. I want it to do well, and we're going to win. We're going to win, 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 win. That's what we want. We want the prospects. Rosario, 21, was ranked by ESPN's Keith Law as the #1 prospect in baseball in his mid-season update of the game's 50 best prospects. He rated 4th on Baseball America's mid-season top 100 and 2nd on the mid-season top 100 over at MLB.com. He is amazing. And if you guys don't think so, go look at his career, go look at his stats in the minor leagues, and he will prove to you how good he actually is. Thus far, Rosario has slashed an impressive .328, .367, and .466 with 7 homers, 19 doubles, and 7 triples in 425 plate appearances while playing in the hitter-friendly AAA Pacific Coast League. He's also swiped 19 bases in 26 tries, showing off the wheels that he has that have earned him plus ratings in many scouting reports. I mean, just look at the article, guys. Just look at the article. Look at how many good things they're saying about this guy. This guy's the #1 prospect in the United States. I don't know how to stress it enough, guys. He is amazing. He's amazing. You don't get guys like that so often. All right. Rosario is regarded as a plus defender at shortstop with a plus hit tool and some potentially emerging power. Scouting reports agree that he's a slam dunk to stay at shortstop, where he should provide the Mets with anywhere from above average to superlative defense for the next several years. I mean, just look at what they're saying about this guy. This is from MLB Trade Rumors. They're exactly saying what he's gonna do. He's amazing. I mean, I don't understand, man. If you don't believe in this guy, there's something wrong with you. While the Mets somewhat crowded the infield picture, still features veterans Jose Reyes, Asdrubal Cabrera, and Neil Walker. Pretty much that's what I don't want, because those guys are, they're getting old. They're veterans. Neil Walker, I think we should have just sent out. I think we should have just sent out Asdrubal, and we should have sent out all 3 of them, actually. It's hard to say that, but I feel like Reyes needs to go. I feel like Asdrubal needs to go. And Neil Walker needs to go. I'm just getting a report the Dodgers have actually officially acquired Tony Zangrani from the Cincinnati Reds for Scott Van Slyke and other players to be named. It seems all but certain that Rosario will be given the chance to play on a daily basis in the majors. Walker and Cabrera are definite August trade candidates via the trade waiver process. However, even if that pair remains in Queens for the good portion of the month, or even all of the month, it's in the Mets' best interest to ensure that Rosario takes the field at shortstop on an everyday basis, as opposed to navigating the difficulties in inconsistent playing time as part of the time share. We know Terry Collins has a history with Conforto. We know Conforto. We know how bad Terry Collins used to be with Conforto. He never used to play him. Conforto used to not even play. I mean, there would be times where Conforto would sit and he had like a .399 average, and he would just sit him anyway. It wouldn't matter to the team. We know Terry Collins has a history of sitting on top prospects. So, I mean, I hope in my mind, I hope Terry Collins does not sit Rosario as much as he did Conforto. Rosario is the #1 prospect in the United States. Please, Terry Collins, please, can you just not sit him for the rest of the time you have as our manager? I swear he's going to do good. I swear, Terry Collins, I swear. Even if Rosario is in the majors for the remainder of the 2017 season, the most service time he can occur will be 62 days. That'll leave him well short of the Super 2 trajectory and will put him on pace to reach arbitration eligibility. This word is bad. Eligibility following the 2020 season and free agency upon completion of the 2023 season. So, sorry if I have to talk really loud right now, but that is very good right now. That's all I want. I really want the Mets to play Rosario, and I want them to keep him on the field, and I want Dominic Smith coming up from the minors, and I want him to do well, and I want this team to win the World Series, and we're going to win it, guys. I believe in the Mets. I believe in the Mets. I swear they were going to win it. That is all the time I have for you guys. I am sorry I have to go, but I have things to do. So, I will see you in the next video. I will see you in the next live stream, whatever I do next. I will see you guys there. This was just a little update on the trade deadline and everything that just happened. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye. Peace out.